A pool heater would be a feasible idea. Not only do I think it'd be a feasible idea, but we actually have one in operation. So I have a great customer in the UK who has an outdoor pool, and I believe he just finished this year. I'm trying to remember. He's emailed me quite a few times with updates, and I think most of them were within the last 6 months. So I think he finished the stove sort of this winter, but he built a tiny stove outdoors specific. I think he built the tiny, maybe it was the boiler. No, I think he built the boiler, excuse me. He built the Walker boiler specifically as a pool heater, and he has emailed me over the moon. I mean, just ecstatic. And that was back in like May. I haven't heard from him this summer, but he was, at the time, he was saying, you know, when the swimming season comes, we only need 15 degrees or whatever it was, and I'm going to get my Fahrenheits and Celsiuses confused because he was emailing me Celsius. But he, you know, his basic point was he only needs a very small delta T, like a very small difference in temperature between what the pool kind of naturally hangs at and what he'd like it to be. So it's kind of similar to how it would be here for me. Summertime in the Pacific Northwest, it's like 70 outside mostly during the days, and nighttime temps are 50s. Low 50s. It's actually been in the 40s these last few nights. But so the pool tends to stay, you know, if you had a swimming pool and it was sort of natural, it would be like 60 some degrees probably as it stabilized on its own without heat. So it's not that hard to get it from there to 75 or whatever it is that pool temperatures are. I don't really know now that I think about it. But anyways, oh yes, absolutely, you can use a Walker boiler or even a Walker tiny stove to heat a pool. Well, as a matter of fact, I have another customer in the UK who, that's why I got confused, because I do have another customer from probably 3 years ago who built a tiny with, this one was not solely for heating the pool, but it had outdoor cooking, and it did have, as accessory feature, a heating coil that heated the pool. And again, that they had the same experience. They didn't need a ton of heat, and the Walker tiny stove was enough to make the difference and make the pool usable in the summer without having to have a lot of electricity inputs or something like that. So yeah, Finbear, pool heater is absolutely feasible. Now, are you going to be able to like keep it hot in the winter in Finland outdoors? You know, probably not. But you can make a difference. And Oregon Coast Green Man says a pool is a lot of water to heat, could take days of burning. And that's right. You know, that's one thing that I want to point out. And that's what, like I just said about winter. A pool is a huge amount of water. If you can get it up to temp or close to, and then slowly increase it, it's very difficult for it to change much from there. And so that's why I think my customer in England with the boiler is having such success, because like I said, he starts at 65. He might get it to 66 or 67 over the course of a few hours the next day. Well, it probably doesn't change much overnight, and then he can get 70, 68, 69. I don't really know how he was doing it. Don't have direct results from how long it took or whatever. But the math works for you and against you in those situations. And really the point of that is, if you were like in 30-degree outdoor temperatures trying to get a pool up to 80, you know, you'd never do it with a tiny rocket stove. But certainly to add some heat, you can do it without too much difficulty. So there you go.